Hey everybody, and welcome to something different. Our VGC Pokemon Road to Rank series in Sword and Shield. But you're like, Retro, it ends on the 31st. You're right. But let me explain where this all came from. So I was actually watching some official hunts for antique poltergeists. Okay, I was actually going through them and watching them, and I was very interested just in the legit shiny hunt in general. And I think I was watching Absol's video, watching the shiny rate go up for actually finding an antique poltergeist, and I came across the move Teatime. Now, at the time, I did not know what Teatime. Matter of fact, I have played Pokemon since its inception of Red, Blue, and Yellow, and I never knew what Teatime actually did. So upon further looking into it, Teatime actually forces your berries to activate, which is both good offensively and defensively. You can use it offensively for your boosting type of berries, and defensively to remove their berries to take away their weaknesses. I will tell you, before we get into this Road to Rank series, this is the most creative VGC team, and probably the only competent VGC team, although you might question the word competent. I definitely don't know VGC in the way that I know regular competitive. But we're going to give this the best go we can. We have built this team around Charizard. Now, there's actually a couple really good berry users to abuse Teatime. And in the course of this series, this team is going to change several times. I decided to actually get it, the best of some of the series rather than making one amalgamation. Because let's be honest, I have probably 50 recordings of this team changed over and over. And I don't remember it all, and also it's changed a lot, and I can go over all the different changes and things that has happened with the team since its beginning. And I can just showcase just a really good send-off for Sword and Shield, because I won't be playing in the final competition for Sword and Shield, because I'm not a fan of just everything being allowed, like multiple Zacians, multiple Mewtwo's, multiple Eternatus. Nah, no thanks. Not into that kind of thing. What's really cool about this series is, like I said, in the Sword and Shield battle versus Angel of the Night. By the way, if you haven't checked that out, you should check that card right there up above on the right-hand side of the screen to watch that. Grimmsnarl is also one of the first texture mods I ever did doing Sword and Shield. And even back then, we had a friend who actually went through and did a really cool texture mod for me, which you will see at some point during this series. I'm not sure if it's going to be this episode, but you will see it in this series. Now, we've gotten way too off the far beaten path. We had some fake tears, some blast burn shenanigans to knock out the Gothitelle. This is a really interesting stall team. Is going to go ahead and paralyze my Grimmsnarl here. Fake tears, Blissey, I'm telling you, man, when you fake tears of Blissey and you have a really high-powered, solar-powered Charizard, there's just nothing taking these attacks, even under screens. Now, this particular time, I know you guys see the thing in the team preview. Well, in this particular match, you see two things. You see the Poltergeist, and you also see the Mr. Mime. Now, I do guarantee you, at least by the end of this series, I will have done textures for Poltergeist and Mr. Mime, because they both completely deserve it for the work that they've done in this oncoming series. But let me not ruin it for you guys. You guys came here to watch some VGC and see how competent I am in commentating it and explain what goes on. So let's do exactly that. I just need a little bit of air in the room, because it is stupid cold, stupid hot in here. Okay guys, sorry about that. I had to turn my temperature down to about 16 degrees Celsius. Also, a big shout out to the GF, by the way. I don't normally talk about that, but I just wanted to say that one thing, because they have me drinking some water. I'm trying some Life Water. I've never tried this before. I was looking up some different electrolyte water. And I bought some electrolyte drink packs that are not fruit. It's water drink packs. I think lemon blackberry is what I'm drinking now. Like I said, it's off the far beaten path, but I'm starting to feel better now that I'm drinking at least 1 to 2 bottles of water or more every day. Alright, now we've got a Pyukumuku and a Blissey. Keep in mind, we have been lowering the special attack or the special defense of the Blissey via the fake tears, which is a +2, a -2. So, Teatime, I screwed up here. I should have gone. See, Protect works. Teatime works through Protect like Decorate does, but it doesn't work through Max Guard. So now it's just going to soft boiled anyway. I have a Pitaya Berry on my Charizard, or I think at the beginning of this I altered between Landsat, Starf, and Pitaya with the 3 that I went with. Now, that Wildfire Flames is going to really nicely damage Pyukumuku and Blissey really well. Also, I realize this is a very stally team that I'm facing, but I wanted to just give a really nice intro to the series because I teased it really hard in a short, and there were like 5 people that were like, oh my god, Galarian Mr. Mime, I gotta see this VGC team. I gotta tell you guys, I have a newfound respect for Galarian Mr. Mime, but I'm gonna shut up because I'm gonna ruin it for you without you even watching the rest of the series. So I'm gonna go ahead and go for the Teatime here. This is actually the Pitaya Berry, okay, so this is the original. Big shout outs to all the people that helped me with the team. There were several people. The first set of people, they kind of helped me get the baseline of the team, and then Ad for helping me with the Groudon moveset and the effort values and all of the other changes. And like I said, as we continue to go in this, we'll go into the other changes. Now, you see, even with that Fake Tears and Pitaya Berry, that Blissey eats that up. I do believe Light Screen is still up on the field at this current moment. Also, I'm taking breaks in between. I'm just drinking my water, so I do apologize with that as well. So, my Charizard is going to turn back to little old Charizard, which is fine. Now, I got to figure out a way to break this Blissey down, because it's definitely a problem. And Pyukumuku can just soak and toxic and recover and just overall be annoying. It's definitely not something I'm wanting to deal with. So, my idea here is to just wear the Blissey down. By the way, if you guys are wondering where Mr. Mime came into the whole play, it was to remove the screens from Grimmsnarl with Screen Cleaner, and then even if they have the Reflect up, the Grimmsnarl can actually KO with the effort values that I have set up, as long as, I believe, there's a stat change that needs to happen, but there's some calculation in which my Grimmsnarl outspeeds their Grimmsnarl by a couple points and has enough attack power to one-hit KO their Grimmsnarl with a Spirit Break, so that Grimmsnarl can't counter Grimmsnarl, and if screens are up, Mr. Mime Galarian can come and clean all of that. It's actually not too surprising, considering Mr. Mime has always been, not regular Mr. Mime, but when 4th generation came out, Mime Jr. has always been one of my favorite Pokemon. By far. Mime Jr., just in design, in type, it was just really cool. Like, I realized it was garbage competitively, but it was so cute. And I think it goes back to my childhood of Dragon Warrior monsters with a thing called Mime Slime. I'm going to put it on the screen so you can kind of get the idea of why I like the Mr. Mime. You'll understand. Now, the Freeze Dry here does do pretty good. It doesn't quite two-hit KO the Pyukumuku. I basically decided to swap over to Air Slashes. It does pretty good. Pyukumuku's about to go down to a Freeze Dry here. And then we'll be able to take the Blissey out with a combined ability of both Charizard and the other. And I believe I have something else in the back as well. So, that's kind of nice. Blissey, though, you know, really strong overall. Now, let me show you what Pitaya Berry Helping Hand Blast Burn looks like. Spoiler alert, it'll definitely fry your eggs. Well done. I don't know if you guys, I don't know how you guys like your eggs, but this one is definitely hard fried and out of the game and finished. And now the Freeze Dry will be able to finish off the Pyukumuku, and that will just be very nice. I know we have a bunch of new Scarlet and Violet news, and I haven't really talked about Scarlet and Violet, but let's just talk about terrestrialization and having 3 types for just a moment. How much that's going to shake up and change the whole competitive game. By the way, as I told you before, both of my switches are completely clear to friend codes, so if you want to add either of my switch friend codes, I can leave them down below in the description, but I would like you to leave a comment so that I know who's actually adding me. Thank you, Malice, for the VGC game. I have tons more. This was just but a taste of what you will see from this Sword and Shield ranked VGC series. Retro, are you going to go far? Well, I don't know. I've never really played VGC or built a competent VGC team, but I've done, throughout this whole series, I've done all the effort values, all the training, all the experimenting, all the team building, and everything with a bunch of resources and by hand. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.